guys, it's Katie. So I thought that I would do my yearly favorites instead of doing a December favorites. First off, thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout the year, especially considering that I don't upload as frequently as a lot of other YouTubers. This is not my full-time job. Thank goodness. I'd be very broke if this was my full-time job. But thank you guys so much for the support this year, and I look forward to a good 2017. So first off, let's go on to foundations. That's always my favorite part, so foundation. The first foundation that I have, and this is something that I was like, at first, and then now I'm just like, I love it. And it's the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. You can hear heavy breathing. It's not me, it's Sunny. She has entered the building. First foundation that I love right now is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation, and at first I was kind of like meh about this, but I started using it with a beauty blender, and with a beauty blender I just feel like it thins it out a little bit and doesn't give quite as much coverage because I don't need that on a daily basis. It is what I'm wearing right now on my face, and again, like I said, with a beauty blender it really thins it out, and you need the smallest amount, like literally a dot here, a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here will cover your entire face. And when I say a dot, I mean like literally like tap it on your face and then you're done. So I really enjoy this foundation if I want something more full coverage. Now the next foundation that I'm going to show you is like broken, but this is the Dior Skin Nude Air Foundation. This is a serum foundation, so it is very thin, and I like this foundation to wear on its own or as a mixer. So if I have something like the Estee Lauder Double Wear that I want to wear, I will use a little bit of Double Wear and then thin it out with a little bit of this, and I just find that it smooths over the skin a lot better. It doesn't ever look cakey or dry or anything like that. So I really love this foundation if you want something that's like light to medium coverage on its own or as a mixer. And I'm already like 3/4 of the way done with this, so it's definitely been well loved this year. I am in the shade 20, and in the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation, I'm in the shade 28 Bisque Taupe. And I did get my lips retouched like yesterday, so if they look a little swollen, which they are, if it's coming across on camera or if I'm talking funny, that's why. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the bronzer that I've been obsessed with the entire year, or when I got it. I think I got this back in April during the first Sephora sale. This is the Giorgio Armani Liquid Summer Bronzer. You guys, I know that a liquid bronzer just sounds like a messy, unnecessary, worst idea ever type of thing, but I promise that if you dab this a little bit on a palette and then dip your finger in there and just kind of pat it on your face and then blend it out with a beauty blender, it is so beautiful, and it really does look like liquid summer. Like your face just looks more glowy, it looks more alive and fresh, with a little bit of a bronzed feel. So they do have a few different colors in this one. I know when you order it through Sephora and Nordstrom, they have 2 different number ranges, but it's the same thing. So I think I got mine at Nordstrom, and I'm in the color 100. So like I said, they have I think 3 different kinds of this bronzer, but so pretty. Like if you buy one thing from this video, I know it's expensive, but buy this and just test it out. It does take some practice to get used to, but it's so good. So now I'm going to move on to a couple like innovative products of the year. One of them is by CoverFX, and these are the custom blot drops. These are for oil control. So you basically just take a little bit on the dropper, put it on your hands, and then rub it into your oily spots. And so for me, that's right in here on the sides of my nose and then on my forehead. That's where I tend to get the most oily, and this really does help just diminish that oil and allows your makeup to last a little bit longer without looking like a total grease ball. So I do think that these actually work. I'm actually almost out, like it's all the way down to here. But this is a really good, I think, innovative product of the year because it's, you hear so much about, oh, it controls oil, but this one I really actually agree with. The next innovative product of the year, and this wasn't like created this year or anything, but I discovered it this year, and this is New Lash. So I used to have eyelash extensions. I'm gonna get them again once I have my wedding, which is June 24th. And we're going to Hawaii, and it's just going to be like close family and friends, and so I think I'm going to get eyelash extensions again for that. But in the meantime, I've been growing out my eyelashes using this lash enhancing serum. New lash, you don't have to get it from a doctor. I did a video on it like a month ago, so I will try to remember to link that down below. But basically it's just a lash enhancing serum that helps make your lashes grow longer, thicker, and even darken mine a little bit too. So this actually does work really well, and it's a little bit more convenient because you don't have to get it from your doctor. I got mine in Nordstrom. Okay, so the next category, I guess I could say, is blushes, and I have fallen in love with the Marc Jacobs blushes. These are the Air Blush. This one is in the color Lines and Last Night, but they have a huge, like a range of like maybe 6 colors or so, and they're all beautiful. Oh my gosh, do you hear her? Little piggy, she wants up. So this one, I believe I swatched it in one of my more recent videos, but if you can see that, you can barely see it. Like, these don't, like when you swatch them, I shouldn't have even done that, because when you swatch them, it does them no justice whatsoever. Let me pick her up for a second because she is just like... You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the people? You just gonna sit in my lap? Don't you just love her little Christmas sweater? So again, if you hear like heavy breathing or like pig noises, it's not me. So back to that blush. These blushes are just amazing. They have a pretty wide selection of different colors. I went with the more like coral, warm, like orangey blush, but they're beautiful. They just look really pretty on the cheeks because they're not like overly pigmented, but they're just pigmented enough, and they're not glittery, but they have like a nice sheen to them. So I really like those Marc Jacobs Air Blushes. Highly recommend. Okay, highlighters. So this is like the big trend of 2016, I feel like, was just like gleaming cheekbones and kind of like out of control metallic highlights. I'm not so much into that right now, but when I like get really made up, like if I'm gonna go out for a night, I'll throw on a metallic highlighter. But for the daytime, I much prefer something like this. This is the, it's very dirty, Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. And I have dim light, incandescent light, and then radiant light. So I will even use radiant light as a bronzer sometimes when I'm just like hardly wearing any makeup. But incandescent light, the color in the middle, is just like so pretty. It kind of has this like, it's light, but it kind of gives off a little bit of a pink like shine to it, which sounds like something that wouldn't usually be up my alley, but it's just so pretty and so natural. It just looks great on the skin. Like, I think when I get married for my wedding day, I'm gonna wear that as a highlighter. One, if you do want a metallic highlight, which, hey, there's highlights out there that are just so beautiful and are metallic, and I still wear them sometimes, just not on a daily basis. So this is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops, and this is in the color Sunlight. These were sold out for a really long time, but they are like so pretty. But I will use these, but I will definitely like tone it down a lot with a beauty blender. So you literally need like what I just swatched right here on your cheekbones and then blend it out with a beauty blender, and it just like melts into the skin and looks so pretty. So I would highly recommend that color too, because even though like the name kind of suggests that it's more of like a bronzy tone, it's really not. It's more of like a champagne color. So you can see when it's blended out, it's a little bit more subtle. So you can imagine with a damp beauty blender, it would really like melt into the skin. You could even make that look natural if you use a beauty blender and you actually take the time to really blend it out. If you do want a more metallic highlight, I would highly suggest the Anastasia Glow Kits. This is in Gleam, but she has a few other ones. Like, I like Crushed Pearl a lot. As you can see, it's very intense. So I narrowed it down to one, and this is just my favorite palette just because I could wear it every single day and have a different look every single day. And these are just the colors that I gravitate towards the most. This is the Master palette by Mario and Anastasia Beverly Hills. So here are the colors. This is just like my kind of palette. It has more like bronzy tones, and it's just, most of the colors are very wearable on a daily basis, so I just really like this. And Anastasia shadows are some of my favorites. They almost have like a wet gel-like consistency because they are so creamy, but they last a really long time on the eyes as well. So this is a winner for sure. What do you think? Your little Christmas sweater. Sunny's like super needy. Now that it's like cold outside, she's like follows me around the house. Super big cuddler on the couch. Huh. You just want some body heat. Technically, I don't really have a favorite mascara. Just the Roller Lash by Benefit, and that one's okay. I've used the YSL Baby Doll. That's probably like my favorite ever mascara, but I've talked about that so much. And then I recently bought the Marc Jacobs mascara. I can't remember the name of it, but kind of shaped like an octagon. I don't have it up here, but anyways. But what I have really been enjoying is priming my eyelashes first before I apply mascara. I do think that it like separates them the way that I like, and I didn't use it today, and I kicked myself after I did my mascara because I was like, ugh, what was I thinking? I didn't use it. And sometimes, you know, like your mascara can cause some of your lashes to like stick together and then they don't look as good, but this one really separates them, lengthens them, and like kind of obviously primes them for mascara. It is white, so that kind of sucks, but I do really like this, and I think that it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So this is the Dior Show Maximizer Lash Plumping Serum. My favorite moisturizer for this year is definitely the Belief brand, the True Cream Aqua Bomb. I've used this for probably like 2 years now, and I don't know that this gets the hype that it actually deserves. Like, this is really good stuff. It does have like a gel-like consistency, but it definitely feels more moisturizing than your average gel moisturizer. So I really like this stuff. This is like my daytime moisturizer, whether it's in the summer or in the winter. I just really think that this is a good brand. And I like their Aqua Bomb and their Moisture Bomb as well, which is a little bit more of like a thicker moisturizer. So if you have dry skin, I would recommend that one. If you have oily skin, I would recommend this one, which is, again, the Aqua Bomb. Okay, so the next hair product that I have is this, and I swear by this stuff. If you have dry, damaged hair, I would highly recommend using this right when you get out of the shower, just spraying this in your hair and then combing through it with a wide tooth comb. This is basically just a leave-in conditioner. And it has 21 essential benefits. I'm not going to bore you with reading all of them to you, but basically it protects your hair against damage and really moisturizes your hair. So I would highly recommend this stuff. And then before I start blow drying, I will spray it with this stuff. This is the Kenra Platinum Blow Dry Mist. It's an ultra lightweight thermal protectant. This cuts my blow dry time down like in half. So if you spray this in your hair just kind of all over, and then I kind of rough dry my hair a little bit, just wait, do something else, and then once it's like almost dry, then I'll go back in and blow dry my hair with a round brush or like a paddle brush, depending on what look I'm going for. But this really helps with cutting down blow dry time, as well as helps protect your hair and fight frizz. So this is a really good product. Another heat protectant that I've used for years is the Paul Mitchell Hot Off the Press. So if you're curling your hair, I would highly... Sorry, there's hair on it. If you're curling your hair, I would highly recommend spraying your hair with this and then going in with your curling iron or your flat iron or whatever hot tool you're using. It really provides a little bit of hold, but mostly just protects your hair against the heat. So if you're using any type of like hot styling tool on your hair, you need to be using something like this first so that you don't fry it. What I really like about this stuff is that it feels pretty dry as soon as you spray it. So I was told this a long time ago, and then it just kind of stuck in my head. You don't really want to use like grease on your hair before you use a hot tool on it. So if you imagine, like, what do you do with chicken before you fry it? You dump it in a bunch of grease. And so and then it fries it. So you really don't want to do that to your hair. So I like that this is a little bit more dry. Like, once you spray it on there, it doesn't feel like greasy or wet. It feels pretty dry, and then you can go in with your hot tool. So really like this stuff, and I've used it for years. Now, I'm completely out of this product, but I've talked about it many, many times on my channel. This is the Oribe Aprez Beach Wave and Shine Spray. This is good stuff if you want some more volume, or if you kind of do like messy curls and then you just really want to like fluff them up a little bit, mess them up just to have it make your hair look a little bit more beachy. I would highly recommend this. It provides a little bit of volume in your hair. It smells really good. It is expensive, but this lasted me forever. So I will usually use this on like 3rd or 4th day hair just to kind of give it a little bit more like fluff to it. Speaking of 3rd or 4th day hair, I also have a new dry shampoo. Now, I love the Living Proof dry shampoo, but I bought this one during the VIB sale and I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like I can get another day out of my dirty hair with this kind of dry shampoo. This is the Elizabeth & James Nirvana Black dry shampoo. I do feel like this makes my scalp a little bit dry. So if you have an extremely dry scalp already, I would go with the Living Proof dry shampoo. But this one smells really good. And then I honestly can get like 5 days out of my hair when I use this dry shampoo before I have to wash it. Before it's obvious that I have to wash it. So this is a really good dry shampoo. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys are lip products. So I have been recently obsessed with lip products. I feel like a lot of companies are coming out with newer kinds of lip products, like more innovative type stuff. So I did want to share that with you. So it's no secret that I'm not usually the biggest fan of liquid lipsticks. I think that they look nice, but then like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, yes, I want my lipstick to stay on forever, but at the same time, I'd rather it not stay on as long and then have it be where by the 8th hour your lips look like a raisin because they're just so dry. Because lip color is going to attract attention to your lips. So why would I want to attract someone to my raisin lips when it's just, it doesn't look good, you know? So I'd rather have something maybe not last as long, but look good the entire time that it is on. I hope that made sense. Now, I recently tried the Huda Beauty liquid mattes, and I am obsessed with these. Like, I ordered 2, and then I ordered 3 more, and you know, I'm just having my collection grow slowly. I think she's actually going to come out with new colors soon, I have a feeling, so I'm excited about that. But I have the colors Trophy Wife, Famous, Venus, Gossip Girl, and Bombshell. I'm not going to do swatches of these yet because I do plan on doing a video with lip swatches of these, because I found when I was looking for swatches of these before I ordered them online, it was really hard to find somebody who had done lip swatches that was light skin tone like me. So obviously lipsticks are going to look different on different skin tones. So hopefully when I do that, it will help some of you out when you're shopping for the colors. But these are all great. I haven't found any inconsistencies yet through the different colors. So I am happy to see that. They are a very thin, watery formula, but they still pack a punch with pigment, so I'm really obsessed with those. Today I have 2 mixed on my lips. I have Gossip Girl mixed with Venus on my lips. Another innovative product, or kind of like newer lip product, I guess I should say, is the NARS, what are these called? Velvet Lip Glides. I love the color Stripped. This is like a very nudie color to me. Shannon always makes fun of me because she says that I love like the super nude, like early 2000s, like Christina Aguilera in the video Dirty type of lip colors, which is so true. I love like nudes. But this is exactly that color. And then I also have the color Bound, which is a really good one too. These don't feel like, they're not a liquid lipstick. It's more like a hybrid of like a gloss and a regular lipstick all squished into a tube together, because it is shiny at first and then it kind of dries down to a matte, but it's not like super long wearing. But at the same time, the give and take with that is that even though it's not super long wearing, it still is super comfortable on the lips. It's not drying whatsoever. So Velvet Lip Glides. Still, I think I put this in my video last year. This is the Marc Jacobs lip gloss. Any of those enamored lip glosses are really good. This is in the color Moon Glow, but I also have Love Buzz, and then I also have Sugar Sugar. All of them are really, really good, and I like these also as lipstick toppers. Sometimes lip glosses will, when you put them on top of a lipstick, it will kind of separate on your lips and look kind of funky, but these are really good on top of any kind of lipstick or liquid lipstick, so love that. And then these are super new, so I kind of feel guilty for even putting them in here, but I'm obsessed with them and I want him to come out with more colors. These are the Marc Jacobs, what are they called? Lamarck Liquid Lip Cream. Okay, so these came out on Cyber Monday. I know, I'm telling you, they're very new to me, but I love them. And I didn't order them, and then I kicked myself in the butt because Sephora took them off after Cyber Monday, and then they didn't release them again for like another few days. So I ordered them on Sephora when they finally came back in stock, but I have the color Fawn Over Me and Slow Burn. And so these, again, are different from a typical liquid lipstick. They don't dry down. It's more like, when I was explaining them to my sister, I was saying, okay, imagine like a regular lipstick smushed into a tube and then you stick a doe foot applicator in there. That's what this is. It's basically just a liquefied version of a regular lipstick. It's not a liquid lipstick though, like we have come to know in the makeup world. So these, they don't dry down. They're more of like a regular lipstick, like a satin look on the lips. They're not like going to dry down and make your lips look like raisins. It actually lasts a really long time. Like I had this on for a good like 6 hours. What was it, this color? No. I had Slow Burn on for a good 6 hours and it wasn't smearing all over my face and it wasn't super dry and it was still like all together. So I was very impressed by the longevity considering the formula that it has. So I would highly recommend these. I've already ordered a couple more colors, so once they come in I'm going to do like a video just dedicated to these and swatch them on my lips and stuff like that. So, okay, so I think that that's all we have for you today. Are you done with all this? You just want some attention, huh? Okay, so I think that's all I have for you guys today. I'm sure that once I end this video, I'm going to think of like 12 other things that I should have put in the video. But these are like the main things that I found this year or have grown to love this year. And so I wanted to share them with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time. Bye!